welcome back to some more Forza Motorsport 4. Today we'll continue on Let's Play. This is episode 243. In today's episode we are taking a look at the European Autocross C-Class as we begin our trek through the Autocross events. For that we need an Agile car, and this car is basically called Agile. It's the 2011 Vauxhall Agila.
Oh, you mean the Suzuki wagon?
Suzuki Splash.
Oh yeah, that's when I actually switched it from the wagon to the Splash.
Yes. 10,000 credits for the Vauxhall Agila, another car people probably forgot existed in this game. But it does, and it's here. Yeah. So with Autocross, the way we need to realistically build this car is more for handling than anything else, because straight line speed doesn't really matter too much in an Autocross setting. If anyone's confused as to what Autocross is, essentially, you've got to drive in between specific gates in order to go through them and class them as done. If you end up missing a gate, you get a 5-second penalty. You'll see what I mean once we get into this actually. Trying to think of anything else I'd want in this. Power, we've got to get this to C-Class, so we'll put a decent amount of power through it. 157 horsepower is not actually that bad. It actually doesn't weigh all that much either. Under 2,000 pounds. So there you go.
Damn, that's light.
Telling me.
Also, hello,
Inferno.
Mr. Inferno.
His mic's probably off. He'll figure it out soon. Anyways, European Autocross C-Class. Pass through cone gates on your way to setting the fastest time. There's 3 events. Silverstone Grand Prix circuit is first.
Oops. I was muted.
I knew you was.
Yeah, I mean...
I called it. Shame they don't have the splash, because you could have called this episode Splash Interaction. No, I'll just call it... I mean, this car's basically called Agile.
As I was trying to say when I was muted, for Autocross you're basically looking for more acceleration and handling rather than, you know, raw power and top speed.
Yeah, which is why we've got the speed demon of the Vauxhall Agila. Look at it, it's purposeful.
With all of, what, 200 horsepower?
1.2 litre?
Ooh.
It's got 150 horsepower, I think.
Damn.
Bloody hell.
So,
That's
as
a
you can
lot
see,
of
here's
power.
the gates. We've got to drive in between these. If we miss one, it's a 5-second penalty. The gates sort of differ on how difficult they are to reach. Sometimes it can actually be beneficial to miss a gate in order to get a better time, but I'm going to try and drive this relatively as they would like you to, because I like being technical. I actually quite like Autocross. It's an interesting challenge to cross auto.
Cross the auto.
Cross the auto, yes. It's all about precision driving. As we all know, I'm a very precise driver. I like the rev counter in this car. I didn't realise it had such a ridiculous rev counter. I also didn't look at the engine swaps, actually. I think it's the Corsa VXR engine, I'd imagine. I don't think there's anything else that can really go through this. Could be wrong. Pimp that auto, yeah.
How much
After
power
pins
do you put
auto,
into this
cross the
thing?
auto.
157 horsepower in this.
I mean, it looks like it's moving pretty quick.
It's actually pretty
It's
good.
light.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's actually light.
It's
I
very
would
light,
probably
yes.
say that you could also probably sneak in a Civic engine.
Not into this game.
Oh.
Engine swaps are only dependent on the actual manufacturer. So it's got to be a Vauxhall engine.
So yeah, it'll probably be a Corsa VXR engine then. Like you said.
Maybe an Astra VXR engine.
How big were they? 1.4?
2 litre, the Astra.
Ooh, 2 litre. That might be a bit of a push, but
And
you know.
this starts as a 1.2. Well, it still has the 1.2 in this case, but
Yeah.
no idea if it's a
That might
Vauxhall
be a
engine or
bit of a
Suzuki
push
engine.
there, but you know, this is Forza we're on about.
So in case you're curious as to what the fuck this actually is, it's actually a Suzuki Splash. essentially. What happened is Suzuki was owned by, or at least was part owned by General Motors at the time, so Vauxhall's tiny little city car was essentially a Suzuki. And now the Agila has since been replaced with the Viva, which isn't a
Oh
Suzuki.
god, this is tight.
Yeah, I'd knocked a cone over.
Oh no.
I am pretty good in the time though, I'll be honest.
I'm not even sure if I ever saw fucking Viva.
My auntie's got one. I had to think about that for a second, so that tells you how memorable that car is. And across the line. And that's an autocross event, and as you can see, they're pretty easy. I will say, I think, if you put the AI on its highest difficulty, that does lower the actual time limit, so it does make it more difficult, but still. Anyways, I'm curious now, what engine swaps can I actually get in this? Oh, it's just a Corsa engine. Okay.
Yeah.
Could have supercharged it as well, but didn't, so. It's all natural aspiration here, baby. Anyways. Nürburgring short circuit.
Fun.
Fun, fun, fun in the sun, 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 driving a Agila. Also, yeah, the classes for this is C, B, A, and S. So, or rather, I should say the European Autocross and the North American Autocross are C, B, A, and S, and then Japanese is just C and B. And also, the Japanese Autocross is only on one track, so
Always
just
the same track. Oh,
yeah.
variety.
So we get to go back to the good fun of doing 4-minute videos. Daniel, Vauxhall's in BTCC, mate. It's the Astra.
Are they?
Yeah, the Astra.
I mean, I don't even remember seeing them when we watched BTC last year.
It's because it was barely in last year. And it was
Yeah.
always at the back last year because they just kept throwing different drivers at it to see what stuck. What are those weird little dimples on the rear spoiler?
Probably to hide the hinges or something, I don't know.
That would be a really weird way to hide the hinges, though.
I mean, it's
Or like-
Vauxhall.
That's the only place that they could have put them or something. I
It's
don't
also got no rear window wiper.
know. Yeah, it's
I mean,
because it's cheap.
Do you really need one?
Probably not.
That shape
but
of... Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think it'd be
technically, if-
too much of an angle to not have it, though. Because usually they say if it's at a certain rake, then you don't need one.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what they say about my car, even though it could actually do with one, but never mind. Don't like how the rear lights are boomerangs. They're interesting, certainly. They're big and bright, and you can definitely see them, so. Probably the best Vauxhall in the game, to be honest with you. I don't know why it's decided to drift through this section of the track, but it has.
Are
That's
you
the
ripping
power
the
of Vauxhall.
handbrake?
Nope.
And this, are you?
Nope.
Are you?
That's because it's a Vauxhall, I mean, it always like to drift.
And
I
also,
think-
are you using sim steering?
Yes.
That's part of it.
It feels like it got a bit of lift off oversteer. I guess the rear suspension on this isn't massively advanced, shall we say.
I mean,
Boost,
also,
if you dare in the chat, tell us what the suspension is of that thing.
it's probably like a solid axle. or
Torsion beam.
something. Torsion beam, solid axle, one of the two.
I don't think they did an all-wheel drive version of this.
No, they did not.
Like I said, all I know about it is it's technically a Suzuki, and Vauxhall just changed the bumpers to make it slightly less weird looking. And then at the front it just looks kind of like a Corsa, but more confused. And across the line, no gates missed in that one. What a perfect run.
Hey. That's the power of the German.
You mean Japanese?
No,
Hockenheim
you're in
full.
Germany.
Yes, we're staying in Germany apparently, so I think it's just going to be the same 3 tracks. I could be wrong though. Autocross didn't really get too varied. I think they might do Nürburgring full circuit for some of the higher power cars, but it's not like we're going to be going to Le Mans or anything like that. for this. So.
Maybe for the American we'll get American trucks. Maybe.
Well, yeah, we're gonna get American trucks for the American one, but
I mean, I would hope so.
I know so. I know Sunset's one of them.
Oh, you mean not Daytona?
Yeah, Sunset and
Sebring?
no. I can't remember what the other one is. It's not Laguna either. Subscribe to the Real Nerd for exciting autocross gameplay. Autocross is exciting in its own special way.
It's all about. It's not about speed. It's about
Precision.
agility and yeah.
And as like I said earlier, as we all know, very precise driver. Look at that, rip the handbrake a little bit, get it around that corner. Oh mama. He driving that splash. Looking to make a scene in the Agile. I like the ref counter. I think I've pointed that out, but it's really weird. It also isn't massively a Suzuki-looking interior, which is usually what you end up with in these. It actually looks fairly voxel.
So what, very cheap and shit?
Yeah. But like it still suits Vauxhall's design language. It's not... Excuse me, it's not like the Fiat Suzukis, which were not so normal looking inside.
Fiat Suzuki's? That sounds like an oxymoron.
The Suzuki SX4 was sold as the Fiat Sedisi.
That's odd, but okay.
Do you know why it was sold as the Fiat Sedisi?
Because nobody wanted to buy a Suzuki SX4 in the UK.
No, but do you know what Sedisi means?
No.
It means 16 in Italian. Because it's a 4x4, 4 times 4, 16. Sedisi. I'm not joking.
That makes more sense.
I know, it's great, isn't it?
Like, it's still dumb, but it makes more sense than what I was thinking it meant. I've been like, no, they're not doing
Well, it's not going to be
anything.
Seduci, is it?
Seduce me.
Yeah, Seduce me in my Suzuki Fiat.
The Fiat Seduce me, yeah.
No, that's the van. And that's not the Fiat Seduce me, that's the Fiat Bound and Gag me in the back.
Oh boy, Hockenheim.
Oh, he woke up!
No, I just went for a piss.
As I'm going through gate... Okay, fair enough, I was about to say. Don't start, Autocross is supposed to be quite exciting. I've got to do this 10 more times yet, so...
Oh boy.
Oh
And
no,
let
I
me
hit
guess,
again.
it's got to be, it's not just, certain classes, it's also certain vehicle types as well.
Well, no, it's just CB, A and S.
Oh,
Seabass.
Seabass and backwards, yeah. And across the line!
And we were talking about the Fiat Seduce me and Gag me in the back. And
Yeah. Don't ask too much about that one.
Note to self, ambulance into bondage.
Anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you all very much for watching. Next, I'm going to be taking a look at the European Autocross B class, so join us for that. Until then, farewell.
You know what I'm saying. The sorrow that my heart holds in knowing just where my hopes and dreams are going. I won't let you back. Got up in a wall that you are not part of. Eyes on the slit of your